Welcome to Factorio 2.1. My name is Nilaus, and we're starting a new series of Factorio from start to finish. This is the combination of playing Factorio for about 10,000 hours over the last 10 years, and as such, this is probably going to be my last dedicated Factorio series here on the channel, hence the name of the series, Final Factory. If this sounds interesting to you, drop a like, share the series, subscribe to the channel, and we'll get on with this. While we're getting started on the map generation and just looking through it, let me explain a little bit about what you can expect from this series. It'll be beginner friendly, which means I'll be trying to explain what I do and why I do it, but I will not be explaining everything because I would simply slow down everything too much for a progress here on a YouTube series. I'm also streaming it on Twitch, so you can come by on Twitch TV/Nilaus, streaming it there, and you can ask all the good questions that you felt that wasn't answered here in this series. I'll of course use my existing designs developed in my masterclass series. This means that if you want further detail about a specific design or how I derived at this particular design, then it's very likely that there is a dedicated video here on the channel for that particular design. All blueprints and save games are, of course, as usual, available to patron supporters of the channel, and this is my reward to the people who choose to support the channel monetarily and the work I do here. This is my full-time job, so any support is greatly appreciated. Thank you very much for supporting the channel and the work I do here. So here we are in the game, and we are going to get started. The first thing we do is just pick up the junk that we have here. There's also something in here. Do not delete the craft. We absolutely need this. The reason why we need it is there are 5 slots in here, and it has a really big hitbox, so we can actually use it for sort of some box crafting in the beginning. If you accidentally do that, restart the game and don't delete it in the next iteration. That is by far the most important thing to remember. What we're going to do here in the beginning, we're going to be navigating. We want to get, let's start by the stuff. We want here, and we want that one, and then we also want like coal whenever we get that, and nothing else really. We just want to pick these up. And once we pick this up, we're going to be setting down our first little miner, and that will be down here by the iron. We also need to clear. We don't have a lot of iron. If you look on the map, we only have 67, and yeah, so it's very, very bad starting location for initial iron, which kind of sucks, but hopefully we'll get some more soon or afterwards. And we're going to start this. I think I'll do it. Let's do it here, and down here, and then there. So this one is starting, and we can then go on. So the first thing we want to do, or when we get this going here, can I build? Right, I don't have enough iron for this. I just kind of want just build one more of these. That would mean that we get some stone. So these stone, you can see they only have stone in them. They only have 20 stone, which is not much, but it is what we need. So we go in here and craft one of these and one of these. So we get a little bit more of the. We can get 2 of these iron before we go out and harvest some more stone. There, and there. There we go. So now we can go out, and what we really want to do is we want to get a lot of coal going, but coal is difficult to get. Well, it's here, but we don't want to be mining it, so we are going to be looking out for these kind of stones here. You can see they have about expected resources 37 coal inside them. So we're going to tap the ones that are over in this area. That'll give us a good boost of starting coal. Somehow we got the steam power unlocked. That's because we crafted 50 iron. That's interesting. And we just got the... this is the last one we can get over here. And then we'll head on back. You can see that now we'll have about 350 coal just from tapping a little bit of this along the way, which makes it so much nicer when we need to move on. So what we need to do with this is we need to go in here, and we just can craft all of it into furnaces. We're going to be tapping the iron when it gets up there, so we can get more of these going. And of course you can see here they are unfortunately already running out. So let's just oops, oh, that's that was undo, but that's not what we wanted. And we can then tap all of this and then get a lot of this going, and we'll even cancel this one and go back to that afterwards. So, yeah, you should actually craft them one by one if you really want to optimize. And now we should get this here. That one. And here, let's see, we want to make like 6 of this and get this going. And then we want to do the same thing down here as much as we can, and then just tap whatever we can here and keep building these. So once we have some of these going here, we can go back over and tap some of the other locations that we need. We are going to need a little bit of stone, a little bit of, or a lot of coal, and some copper as well. So let's tap the copper up here. We don't need that many copper. I think we'll make do with 12 iron for now, and then we'll do here. Let's see, that's a good location. That's 4. I'll take 4 of these, and let's get this one going so we get some copper. And then we also have enough here to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, 6. There. So the point of this weird setup here is that it will... Oh, we got electronic circuits. These will feed into each other, and then they will gradually sort of, when they feed it, first they'll be feeding in so they can keep going, and then they'll be feeding in so that they stockpile. That's a nice little thing here and here. That one and that. Yes, okay, so that's fine. And I'm going to be making a little wooden box. And let's also get that one out here. There. And so that means we now have a constant production of stone as well. And when we look at this, we can see we can then go and pick up this a little bit. And we can go here. Yeah, we got a little bit of copper. And yeah, and we can then go back. Let's see, these are the initial designs. This means when we make a lab, we can get the next thing. So we are getting a little bit of progress going. We still have a lot of coal because of all the coal rocks we started. Oh, that was not what I wanted. So you don't want to be putting so much into each. That is definitely not it. So remember to press the set key. And just roam all over this. Good. The next thing we want to do is we definitely want some power. Is there anything else we want before that? 1, 2, 3, 4. I kind of want some more stone, maybe. And then we want to get some offshore pumps. We want to get some of the boilers. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of those. That should be getting us get us going on the initial power. And also I would need to get some small electric poles because we need that. Let's now go up here to the water and build... Ooh, there's more coal rocks. Let's actually get that. So I'm going to make a temporary coal power plant because this is not where I want it. And I'm going to make it temporary. And then I'm going to forget to move it. But, well, that's just how it is. This one, we'll just make these into 3s. And then we'll get some of this. And yeah, if I do that, then it's not going to work here. And I need to get... We might also start getting some other things here that we definitely need. 1, 2, 3. And that one, oops, goes here. And you can be here. There we go. So water comes in, that's good. They are not, there's no power here. I want the power in this location, and then I want some of these as well. That goes down there. Right. So we get here, and then up here, and here. So that is the power, and then we can get... There we go. We now have power. No one's using it, but we have it. And then I'm going to drag it down towards this location, because everything we want to build here is what we need. And the first thing I want to do is I want to make the automation, because that's obviously most important. After that, I think we want to get military so we can protect ourselves, get ammo so we can protect ourselves even more, and then maybe some better miners and some belts. Probably belts first, actually. But let's see. So now we get to the first part where I'm going to use a blueprint. This is a blueprint that I have prepared for this. I have a blueprint book that is here. Oh, actually not really the case, because I just need this one to be placed somewhere, and then I need to stop crafting random crap and instead craft 10 of these. Once I've crafted 10 of these, then we can get the first automation, and then we can stamp it down. So while this is crafting, let's talk a little about this blueprint. As I said, this is available to Patreon supporters, and if you're not a Patreon supporter, well, you can see it here, and you can craft it from what we do here. So I'm just going to stamp down this massive thing, which is obviously too big for what we need right now, but it's just going to be like what I want to build for the first episode. So what it actually is, it's all the basic stuff that we want in the beginning, so that I can come on over here and put some iron and some copper in here, and then it'll craft some green circuits, some of them into a box, and some of it into inserters, some gears, also some gears just in a box, some ammo, and some belts, and then some science. So very, very basic stuff, and that's basically the first things we need. So we want to put that in here, so we can get going on the first science. There we go, we got the automation technology done. And what do we want to do from here? Well, now we need to make like the most important thing we can get to actually make some automation in this automation game. So we're starting to make just random gears. I can just take those out, because what we want to do is make a lot of these. There we go. And as we get started, then what is the most important thing to build first? I don't know, but let's build the power poles here. Luckily, they will tend to snap into their respective locations. We also have all the boxes. We also can put those in. And there. So what do we want to do the most, or the first? That's probably... Let's take this one. There, 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 and there. So what this means now is if I put something in here, like that, then it will start crafting, and it'll just be putting it into a box. Lovely. Then let's get some automatic creation of some gears. Let's also continue on the science. And that's science, and more of these. And then we'll build the other things. 1, 2. How are we doing on this? Are we going to get all of them? Yeah, kind of. Close to. And that. So gradually build up. I've marked all these to be, this one is 4 stacks of belts, and all the other ones are 2 stacks. This one, honestly, probably 1 stack. I don't need more than 200 of that stacked up. Now we can see we're just running out of iron as well, and we are also running out of everything here. So things are working, and then we need to do basically another loop around here on our things. So basically just we go, ooh, look at that. We don't have much in terms of coal, so let's start by getting some coal in here. And now we can actually put half a stack into these. And then we still have a lot, so let's put half a stack into each of these. Good. And when we don't have anything else to do, then just craft whatever we have. Here I have put quite a lot in here already, and you can see that we now get back with this. Oh, I forgot to pick up the iron part, or the copper. Yeah, copper. So we pick up the copper back up here. Oops, I think yes, I accidentally did that. So we need a few more of these, and then we need a lot more inserters and a lot more everything else. Lots of belts is also something we want to do. We might, oh, right. Let's get these things in here, because the whole point was that we wanted to get this one to actually work, do things for us. Because I want to be out there and doing stuff in the world. You can see military science, it's going. I technically only need 2, but maybe sometimes I forget, and then I can use these as a little bit of a buffer here. Right, so that's like a really efficient start, I think. What we want to do, sort of highlight for the next part, is actually start making the structure we need for the real base. And well, clearing out some of this is nice as well, not super important. And then I'm again going to do blueprints, because I want to just highlight what it is I want to do. So it is probably, if you've watched any of my content, it's probably not a surprise that there are 2 concepts that I really like, and you can say like I always do the same thing, and that's because after 10,000 hours you kind of get to a point where you find out the best ways to do things, and something that fits to your way of doing it, or my way of doing it. And something I've been part of the popularization of the main boss, did not invent it, but certainly helped popularize it. And then the city blocks, which is absolutely my own invention, and have popularized it. Both some people hate it, some people love it. But what I want to do is I want to make a base into these city blocks, and what that does, I'll undo. These blueprints are snapping to a grid, so I can now kind of illustrate what the base is going to look like, and it will be basically like this. And of course these are just templates because we can't really build anything here yet, but it gives us an idea about, oh, each of these city blocks should have a separate purpose. It can have multiple purposes, or it can be multiple that have the same purpose, but I don't want to be mixing. I want to keep these lines clear after a while, so that I can basically say, and that's what we're going to do up here. We will have like this main line here in the middle will be distributing the goods to factories that are branching off from the side eventually. What I'll be doing is I will be making this one up here, this one, and probably this one into iron and steel locations. I'll make copper, and stone. You know what? Actually, I'm going to highlight it on the map so it gets a little bit more visible. Oh no, we're already being attacked. Man, typical. Yep. So that's another thing that we have to deal with now. I can't. Do we have repair? No. Then we also need to get repair. That's probably more important than these two. And then we're gonna get in queue that, and we're gonna get in queued. Oh no, that one. Right. So yeah. Apparently we are getting attacked now from somewhere. From that one maybe. Let's look at pollution. That's here. Yep, they are triggering that part. So we do have the option of making some of this and a little light ammo. And we can then get some more here. Gun turret was just research, which is a really handy thing to have. Anyway, I wanted to show what was on the map here. We can just keep going this part here, and we also have a little bit of extra ammo already accrued for us. So this is the intention of my design as it is right now. That we'll have some smelting areas down here, and they'll be transported up on a main bus, and then they'll be branched out into green circuits and into sort of the hub production facility, moving forward. And then we'll have out here on the side between coal and the water, we'll have our coal power plant, which will eventually be moved somewhere else. But here is a good place to have it in the beginning. We're going to be needing to take a look at the biters because they are a little unfriendly. So let's do another resupply round like this, and then go out and kill some biters as part of the first episode. Okay, they're coming in again. Okay, we really need to deal with these damn biters now. And let's head on down here. We are also making a few turrets. They will be super handy to have as we move down here into Biterland. And we have lots and lots of biters. It's always going to be a little bit tricky here in the beginning, because we just don't deal any damage. Oh wow, they have worms. That's kind of sucks. I don't even know if I can take these worms out. We can. It's just going to be... Okay, there we go. We got the worms. That's the only thing that's problematic. And then we'll just take the other ones as they come in. Hopefully we have enough ammo. Damn, this takes forever. And there's one. And we just get a little bit inbound. Let's see. Halfway. Man, it takes a while to shoot here. Actually, I think it would be... Wouldn't it be better just to put this on in? Because I think that deals extra damage. Yes, it does. Good. Much easier. And we don't have the repair packs researched yet, but we got the first little bit of biters out of the way. Right. So now there's a little bit of a cycle where we just kind of roam around and update these as we get started into the next. I don't want to be started on the next build because I feel that belongs more in the next episode. Oops, that was definitely not what I wanted here. And what we need for the next episode is an outrageous amount of stone furnaces and a lot of inserters. So even though we already have an inserter built, we are definitely going to need a little bit more of everything. And oh, we have a lot of coal actually. That's kind of funny. What I also would like to have is actually, let's see, I still have a lot of stone. So what I could also do with the stone is I could make it here. And then use the stone. And then just bake it into stone bricks, which we can use to pave the world here. We have another bit of this here. And there we go. We are going to use these. And there we go. This is much nicer. Much easier way of killing these. And there we go. And yes, perfect. So that should give us a little bit of peace and quiet in our base for a little while. And then what I want to do, I might sort of between sessions just carve down some trees and then prepare a lot of the construction materials that we need. We can also say that over here we need to start looking at how many belts we actually have. We need to research logistics. And then we'll get started on let's see, the next thing. And we can just place this here because this is where I'm going to be wanting to put my power plant in here. And so this seems like a great place to end this first episode. We got a little bit of the stone bricks, and I think that just in the spirit of let's see, there, the spirit of my my essential way of playing is that if we start by making the sacred path, then at least that feels like a good start. So what have we done today? We've gotten out of the normal, the handcrafting build and have a little bit of a mini hub around our crashed spaceship that will just take care of the basic stuff we need to build the base. We got some inserters, we got some green circuits, we got some gears, we got some belts, and we got some ammo, and we get a little bit of science that will progress. This should be enough for us to get started on the real base, which will be more automated so that we get things automatically carried from the copper, the iron, the coal, the stone into some smelting columns and then moved up and then made available in the future episodes for the next stage. So thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this first little episode, and I will see you guys in the next episode. Be sure to hit the like button. Let me know in the comment section if there's something you want to see more or less or different or anything like that, and then we'll take it from there. Also, be sure to check out my Twitch channel. I'm streaming live on Twitch TV/Nilaus, and I'm going to stream Factorio over the summer, so do drop on by. And of course, biggest thanks goes out to the patron supporters who support the channel, and you get access to the blueprints that we've used in this episode and all the ones from all the other games that I've played. Thank you for watching. Until next time, take care and stay effective.